feel my leg, and my arm, even my fingers. The body I've lost. The comrades I've lost won't stop hurting. It's like they're all still there.
Mimikage is an accomplished artist in the Brony fandom who I've personally been friends with for 2 to 3 years. The extent or only tension I've ever had with Mimi is when I and Vita made individual videos on Lightning Bliss. I compromised and relented after I felt that I'd made my point and the other person ended up getting themselves blocked. Side note, I'd like to point out after Bliss apologized, the other individual's remark was, well, good enough. Which seems to be a reoccurring theme, but enough of that, let's hit the music. It was Sunday, July 15th, when I rolled out of bed at 4 a.m., peeked at Skype getting ready for work, when I had Quillstroke tap me on the shoulder and told me to peek into Limbo. That's my Skype chat group. My first knee-jerk reaction was, oh great, we've got another raid, and I just kind of laughed it off. And then I saw a link in the chat leading to Twitter, and my next thought was, oh, I think I know who this is going to be about. And oddly enough, it was neither. Turns out Mimikage was in custody for theft. You know what? Let me back up there. So I think about a week or two ago, Mimikage came into the rift where she said that she needed some money. Mimi has been a really great artist who's always delivered on what she's owed. Well, maybe not this time, for obvious reasons. So I assumed after I contacted her and she beat around the bush for a while, it was going to be something like $1,000 or $100. And she told me $20 to $25 is all she needed. I threw her $30 for a commission of Secret Dreamer and Vector Brony. I'm putting that on screen now. It sounded like a teeny weeny problem, just barely over an impulse buy, which I consider $20 myself. About 1 to 2 weeks later, I heard about the GoFundMe for $10,000. I didn't pay it a massive mind. I think vaguely I heard something about abuse and allegations about the parents, which was weird. I never had heard that before. But I chalked it up to being, me being just a self-absorbed prick. Maybe, Mimi had told everyone else. Maybe I was left out of the loop because I have a big mouth. Just hard to imagine. I felt like I had already contributed, so I just stayed out of it. Malebolgia Agares, by the way, this is his turkey, tapped me on the shoulder about the matter because he made a video bitching about GoFundMes in the fandom. And I'll admit, there is a goddamn lot. We'll get back to that. In fact, it's the only part of the fandom that seems to be getting stronger with time. I told him everything I told you guys. And that's right about where we are now. According to these screen caps, she turned on everyone else that she had been stealing with so that she didn't have to pay back more than $10,000 versus $26,000, if I'm understanding this right. Now, generally speaking, I'm a big fan of second chances, the mulligan, and if that's all there was, I'll be honest, I don't really care about the theft. I probably should. It wasn't against anyone in the fandom. Not to mention, Mimi is already being charged with it, and unless I'm reading this wrong, 1 year minimal, 5 years max in prison. And when you consider that Mimikage snitched on some of those people she worked with, that doesn't really bode well for people when they go to jail. Sadly, that's not all that there is. Mimikage claimed her parents abused her. Now, the brother on her Twitter account is stating the money from the GoFundMe was just for Mimi to move out. And the GoFundMe, to the best of my knowledge, has been closed down, I believe. I gotta say, throwing your family under the bus to raise money while alleging abuse is arguably as shitty as you can get in this fandom. That said, if Mimi does come back, I fail to see why I wouldn't be willing to hear all of this from Mimi's side. I'm not going to say I'm going to take it automatically, but I would like to hear anything. I'll admit at this moment Mimikage looks 99.99 repeating guilty. She looks pretty done, but last week, I think it was around Thursday, maybe earlier, we came across a story about a guy named Fornogoodreason, and at first, all the evidence looked rather damaging, but after we sat down and talked to the guy and his friends, he explained how certain things were missing, that things had gone from clear to foggy after having a discussion with the man, and in that spirit, I'd like to apologize to Fornogoodreason. Most of the information I was told was old, and it had been tackled. I explained it looked awful, and he was very understanding, and walked me and some of my friends through it. I did no photo anon, but I gave him a fair shake. And the thing is, I do know Mimikage, and assuming Mimi doesn't go straight to jail, maybe there's some kind of explanation here. Maybe. Yeah, I'll admit it. It does seem unlikely there's a suitable reason for any of this at this moment. You never know. I'd like to give Mimi a week to respond. Just to continue on allegations from Mimi's brother included that this isn't the first time the abuse accusations have been alleged. Mimi's brother had said that while not perfect, Mimi wasn't left wanting financially from her family's support, stating that she had gotten a 3D printer from Christmas. I'm not sure if it was $400 or $4,000. Still quite substantial. Now, there's some questions I would have liked to have asked Mimi's brother. Some of his accounts of solar flare, or at least some military dude who'd been around for 2 weeks, seemed to confuse Mimi's brother while he was there. Now, I'm not trying to give Mimi's brother a hard time. If you think that your sister's boyfriend is a piece of shit, fire burns cats, hate dogs. Brothers have at least been known to give their sister's boyfriends a hard time. It's just the way of the world. Other accusations include Mimi claiming that she got hit by a semi-truck. This allegedly happened during the first GoFundMe, which, yeah, if Mimi said that, I mean, she just wouldn't be around. I don't know, maybe they have smaller semi-trucks where Mimi lives. Softer ones. I'm not a car or truck guy, I'm not an expert, but that's still a really hard pill to swallow. But yeah, summing up, the money is getting refunded from the GoFundMe. At least that's what I've been told. Mimi is facing criminal charges, which, unless I'm misunderstanding what minimal means, Mimi is going to have 1 year in prison, as it says minimal for 1 year. Again, not a lawyer, this information is still coming out, and the maximal is 5 years, all for stealing glasses. Now, to be honest, I don't know if they meant cups or they meant the ones that you put on your face. This would be the first time I've ever heard about anyone that I know of stealing such a thing for profit. But, depending on the size, that doesn't sound impossible, I suppose. Maybe they're shot glasses. That would be insanely easy, you'd think. Other areas of potential interest, Mimi's brother said his mom was undocumented till 2011. This is at 1527 of the video on Shelly D's channel. I'll include a link on screen as a note, as well as in the description. I just thought it was odd that you decided to tell a bunch of assholes online, hey, my mom is an illegal alien. I assume that was what he meant by undocumented. Comment down below if I'm off. I can get ribbing on Mimi for obvious reasons, but giving up this information unprovoked, you think you might have chose to omitted this little remark about your mom. For all Mimi's faults, she's never offered me unlimited art if I covered up for her, let's say, 15-year-old boyfriend. Am I right, Bayfish? You know what, it's weird. Doesn't Vita use Bayfish's artwork? Huh. And he's never talked about her boyfriend, Mixer Mike, dating her when she was 15. That is odd. Play the clip.
A tip of the HEPA right before it turns into fucking regular shit.
Just the tip, no.
Well, look. Yeah, no, look.
Back to discussing the tape where the brothers discussing. The brother said no one pushed Mimikage to get a job. Despite her having one, he still seemed like he was kind of sort of bitching. This is around 1830, 1840. Again, I can understand. He has every right in the world to be angry. But, it's just a little weird when you say, I'm not going to bitch, and then you kind of do. Along the lines of, I'm totally supportive, but then you go behind someone's back and cut their nuts off. Like, imagine if I told you, we're totally loving and supporting. She worked, but you know what, actually? Just for an example, the brother mentions Mimikage's lawyer breaching confidence. Attorney-client privilege. That's at 2025 in the video. That part of the plea deal, and as part of Mimikage's plea deal, that she had to do community service and wear one of those monitoring devices for, her ankle. Pay some fines, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But Mimi's brother is just telling us about it here. You do understand that could cost the lawyer his livelihood. He could be dragged off to the ethics community and be disbarred and never practice law again. This is right after Mimi's brother says that the lawyer wasn't supposed to tell him that. So I can drill this into the audience. For the relationship between the client and the attorney to work, there has to be a confidence that the information will remain confidential. Mimi was of age, and her mom had no right to the information. Now, I'm just freestyling here. I'm not a lawyer. And I'm sure there likely is an exact case law on this matter. But if Mimi's brother is telling the truth, big if, one might argue that Mimi might have grounds for appeal due to the inadequate representation, due to the lack of confidence, potentially even competence of the lawyer. I mean, if the lawyer was doing a disbarable offense in regards to, say, your case, I would think that might be at least worth looking into. Not to ignore the fact that if Mimi was blowing off her community service, I mean, yeah, fuck her if that's true, but that's a pretty big if. Due to work, I never got a chance to talk to Mimi's brother. Yeah, based off of everything I've seen and heard, I will admit I'm trying to find a way to lessen the blow here. Mimi was a friend, and in all likelihood, at best, Mimi did boost a bunch of crap that wasn't hers. If that's not true, I'm going to rush back here as fast as possible with a stream titled I'm Sorry Mimi, and you'll know instantly I and many other people have screwed up. I don't hate Mimi's brother, I've never met the guy. If he said anything wrong, I mean, imagine if you had a bunch of cops come and yank one of your family members out of your house. I didn't super duper pay attention to Mimi's GoFundMe, but I'll tell you this. Almost without exception, virtually every Brony GoFundMe I've ever seen has had something a little, shaky about it. Little hoo-ha, hee-ha. Some of you guys in the audience will say, well, you have a lot of nerve, FNGR. I've never run a GoFundMe, ever. I've plugged a couple. I've dated people who've had a couple themselves. And I'm not going to call anyone out specifically. As a member of the Secret Rift, I'd like to ban members from having those damn things in the future. In fact, after this video goes up, I'm going to put that to a vote. I think at the very least that should be considered. I've lost count of every GoFundMe where the person right afterwards turns around and winds up going to a con and tries to describe how having money set aside magically means it can't be used for essentials. How's this? If in the future you go to a GoFundMe and you go to a con, within 2 months of the GoFundMe, you have to wear a big sign that says, I wouldn't be here without a GoFundMe. I'd at least respect you for your honesty. I'm told another Brony channel, another drama Brony channel, is going to be tackling that topic. And I think that's going to be funny after how he hid his video on fungibility. It's a good thing I still have that thing backed up. Hey, but unless that video starts off with, I'm sorry corpulent Brony, I probably wouldn't bother watching it. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Because I was at church when all this stuff happened.
I better not hear you making fun of me for any background noise in the future, because I start hitting record after that shit in the background over there. It's like, I'm going to shut Mile down in the future about that bull crap. Anywho.
Oh, freaking fault.
Yeah, it's fine. Shit happens. Yeah. I woke up and I thought the whole story was okay. She got caught stealing, and I'm like, well, she's broke. That checks out. I mean, I'm not excusing it, but so the real story, the story isn't so much the theft; it's the GoFundMe was used to pay for. So wait, I thought she's getting for her defense, or what's going on?
Okay, so what happened is that she is getting charged with stealing stuff and selling it on eBay.
Okay.
And originally, she was charged with 26 grand, but she ratted out the other people that stole the stuff, so she only has to pay 10 grand. Now, the person who set the GoFundMe, I think she either misinformed them or lied to them about the situation. So the GoFundMe was just basically a scam for her to get money to pay off her charges.
So
and they
wait. So if she pays the money, she doesn't go to jail?
I think so. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
I think I got. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she is in custody at the moment.
Yeah, I saw one of the tweets said somewhere between 1 year minimal, 5 years maximal.
Yeah, that long.
Um, it'd feel pretty shit of all the bronies to go to jail, even with the parent thing, that this would be the first one that we know of. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I think that she beats followers in terms of scams, if you know what I mean. Here, let me grab this screenshot. It's in my tweet, but I think we better just post it in the chat.
Yeah, I might need those later. God.
We just donated to
I'm
one
a
of
little
things
annoyed
in
at, like I'm sympathetic as all shit, but I'm annoyed at Patchwork Heart's tweet where she's like, "Oh, we need to get her help," and I'm like, she used her family. She defamed her flesh and blood, which again was my first knee-jerk reaction. I'm surprised her family read it. Oh, no, I see what they did. No, that's fine. But she used her family to pay off the fact that she's going to jail.
Pretty much.
God damn it.
She kind of just lied about her family situation. Also, this is the funny part that her brother said in a Discord room. It talks about how she ratted out the people.
Is it possible that they did abuse her? And
it's a mess.
It's likely not, though, or I don't know. Fucking hell. It came out of nowhere. Like, again, keep in mind here, this isn't like Fallen Wish where I'm like, oh yeah, of course you're a faggot. You know? It's almost like, of course this happened, but in Mimi's case, I'm like, oh man, really?
Yeah, I know, right? Like
this is a shock, right? Like I'm not.
It kind of is, yeah.
Please, yeah. I was like, look, no, Anthony, you're a chump. We knew all along. I'm like, come on, I just want to know. If it is, it is.
Yeah, so her brother has her account at the moment, her Twitter account and her Discord account.
So when's that jury day? Like in a couple of days or some shit like that?
Let me see. I actually have the thing here. Inmate custody status. It says here she's supposed to.
I woke up and I was like, maybe I'm gonna have to argue into fucking goddamn temporary. Oh no, they already threw her out of the secret for the time being. Good. I don't have to say shit.
Okay. Says she's supposed to appear on the 7th of the 18th at 8 o'clock. 7th of the 18th, so that'll be a couple of days from now.
Yeah, what is it, the 15th?
That's her. Right now it's 15th, yeah. Oh wait, I got the date right. Sorry, American dates.
So shit, 3 days, fuck.
Yeah.
Not my first pick to cover, but I guess I'm gonna have to say something about it, at least in passing. That's so bad!
I know!
You must you must be this brown. You must be this brown to go to jail, apparently. Sorry, Mimi, you were just a little too dark.
Hold on. I think someone made a meme of that. Hold on, let me find it.
By the by, I'm not gonna tell you to remove it. This is your own conscience. But you do know Solar is in the chat, right?
I don't care.
All right, yeah, look, it's your call. It's your call, Jamie, if you can live with yourself.
I'm not afraid of some chum.
Okay, fine, be a dude. It's your call, man.
Oh, here it is. This one is hilarious. You remember a video she did called "Our Ponies Racist"?
No. Who's racist? Jesus Christ! I'm pretty sure she's. I'd like to say that she's not going to jail. Fucking Sheldon didn't go. Well, no, he did. Right?
Oh, Sheldon with the drug thing?
No, not the drug thing. You didn't know about the other one?
What was the other one? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, that was the Best Buy theft. He got thrown in the pen for a bit for that one. Him and a couple of his coworkers winded up boosting stuff off of Best Buy. And I was like, oh yeah, no, he did get a little bit of time for that. It wasn't that much, but it was enough. And I was like, oh yeah, Mimi might be cooked. Fuck.
Yeah, she might be.
Like, if she was going to jail for fucking accusing her family, I'd be like, yeah, I'm just gonna be over here. I might even talk shit, but I feel bad about the store thing. Which store was this?
Which store? It was something called Oakley.
Yeah, but it was her job,
Look.
right?
It was her former employer that's suing her and stuff. So she used to work for that place.
Okay. So was it like management that was in on it or some shit, or?
Yeah, management is charged
exactly
with it.
like fucking what happened to Sheldon.
I imagine that's what would happen. Yeah. Well, if I get yelled at for posting these by Soulsway tomorrow, I'll be like, well, I ain't the one who went to her mom's house and cried in front of her mom.
Hey.
I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad for him though.
Well, again, you can choose you can choose. No one's gonna force you, but you can choose to show tact. Let me just download this first one first. That's not getting away from me. Get the fuck out of here. It's a little too good.
I'll probably just delete the our court's racist one, and that's it. Oh goodness me. It does kind of suck.
I was tempted to make that the thumbnail for How Not to Brony, but one, it would probably
our court's racist.
No, the first one.
Oh, do it.
Oh no.
Whether or not it makes Solo mad, I don't think. I don't know.
I think the peasants would revolt. I think I would not get away with it. I would get screamed at quite a bit. Jesus.
Oh, I imagine. Oh goodness me. I have to make a thumbnail because I was gonna make a follow-up to my GoFundMe video about this. I'll just look on the thumbnail right now.
Here, let's look at this. Groped women at con. Yeah, that should have been a crime. Made girls send him nudes. Did he really make them?
What? Oh, send him nudes?
Yeah, because it says made.
Oh.
I'm like, look, I look in a perfect world, or even in a decent world, Toon Critic should be going to jail way before Mimikage. In a semi-reasonable world.
Yeah. Even Minty was like, so Mim's going to jail for stealing stuff, and Pedo Toon is still going around, Monsieur, still out there.
He didn't get a fine, he didn't get a ticket, he didn't get fucking a community service. I don't think he's not registered as anything. He didn't get a goddamn thing. I don't think they even brought him in for questioning. I wouldn't. Maybe the cops didn't even go talk to him. That'd have been a thing. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, the cops went to her house. The cops went to her house.
Well,
that's the funny. I detained her. That's
Now look at it like this: when you steal something, the cops give you an opportunity when it's your, someone steals from you to press charges. Which I'm assuming the employers are like, yeah, no, we're doing it. We're charging you. There you go.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to find. I think this won't be perfect. No way. Maybe this one. But I'm trying to. Oh no, this one's better.
Ask.
Oh, what did Venus say?
Yeah.
He was laughing his ass off.
Oh no, I noticed because fucking Mimi's been giving him shit, and I'm sure he's probably spinning around giggling right now.
Let's see. He's made a few tweets. Let me say what.
No, I don't want him. I just figured I'd ask really quick.
Oh, he said. I knew it.
No, he didn't.
I knew it was just. Well, I don't mean he knew it as in what it was going to be, but he knew it was bullshit.
What the GoFundMe?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about.
He didn't know.
All right, Nickerdamus, tell us who's going to be the next thief then, if you know this shit.
I mean, he didn't know that she was going to be stealing stuff. I mean, he knew it was bullshit. He didn't be like that, like she's actually going to be stealing stuff.
All right, so at most, in which I'm going to assume is probably what you were guessing, is like, she probably fitted her money away and she put herself in a bad spot. Basically that, right?
Yeah, I think so. She tried to get money from people, and
But
then,
there was nobody who had any idea that that this was based off a fucking cover up a crime or some shit like that.
yeah, no one knows. Not even the person who posted the GoFundMe. They didn't know it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see your video yet, but that's probably gonna take off. You should do a follow up today. You should really do.
Yeah, it's gonna be just like a few, probably a minute long, because it is gonna be a quick follow up of what happened so far. What should I title this? I know. Mimikage.
I mean, I shouldn't tell you this one because I'm gonna try and steal it, but I was gonna call it Goat Gate.
Huh?
Goat Gate.
Goat Gate.
I mean, go ahead, steal it.
I was just gonna put in Mimikage in custody.
I'm pretty sure Horse News is gonna touch this. It's probably gonna happen, unless they are just completely sleeping on this shit.
Okay, let me let's see what Mimikage picture to use.
You could use that picture as your thumbnail, I guess.
Oh no, I got a picture of a jail cell. I was just gonna put an OC in it. Let's see, which one's the most adorable?
God damn.
This one's fluffy, so it'd be funnier.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna charge back my PayPal, because all I got was the sketch and I didn't get a finished art piece. I was like, I'm pretty sure I could get that refunded.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I say. Let me make it white. And I'll just expand it. Maybe a different color. Gray color would be better.
Well.
I'll just make it small.
It's weird legally that this is objectively the worst thing. Legally, objectively.
I know.
It doesn't. I mean, it feels bad. Don't get me wrong.
It kind of does. Yeah.
Without the GoFundMe, I'd be like, okay, that sucks. But with the GoFundMe and blaming the parents, this is pretty fucking horrible.
Let's see. I'll send you what the little thumbnail I just put together is in PM. It's nothing that bad.
Let's see. Jesus. How horrifying.
No, I made a thumbnail for the video Sheldon sent me for KP's video, because you know how KP was like begging people to react to her stuff? I made this for the video. I didn't post it when I first made it.
Jeez.
I got it. Yeah. But yeah, made my day. Okay.
I did look over at your thing and I was like, I'm just not gonna get involved. This it's not my show, not my. Now it's a thing. So now it's definitely not going anywhere.
Which one?
The original GoFundMe thing. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I didn't plug it. I'm pretty sure I can walk away from this right now and everything will be okay. Okay.
Well, you didn't know, so.
No. I did think it was weird because I asked her and I'm like, look, You tell me how much you're stuck. Oh, like $25. I was like, oh, teeny weeny problem. Okay, not a problem. Let me cut you a check. Go give me some fucking Vector Brony Secret Dreamer shipping art. Here you go. And I was like, there, problem solved. And like 2 days later, $10,000 GoFundMe. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm not gonna touch this. And I told you this, like, I told you this before any of this bullshit happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, just being consistent. That's all I knew. Which I'm probably gonna charge that money back now. Since I didn't get the finished work and she's probably going to jail.
Alright. Just gotta check this is the right one.
Wouldn't it be a dick move if she got the 5 years?
I don't know if it would be a dick move or just like really, really, I can't say funny. I feel like there's a word for it.
Okay,
I can't think of
based
it.
on the thing about the parents, yeah, 5 years to send a message, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't think I have these saved. Do I have these saved on my computer?
Oh, Mal, I don't know if I'm going to use this. Do I have your... since I hit record, am I cool to use any of this or no?
What, the recording?
Yeah, this right now. I may or may
Yeah,
not.
yeah, sure.
Alright,
Yeah, sure. If you want.
Alright, cool.